In this chapter, I shall tell you about managing assets in DREAMWEAVER. The Assets panel provides you with a nice central location to manage and control a number of assets including images. It allows you to organize your images, place images directly on the page. Now, expand my panel door to give my Assets panel a little bit more room. And then, click on the Assets panel. On the left-hand side, we have a series of icons here that allow you to manage and control different types of assets, like flash movies and external script files. And you can manage directly from the Assets panel. Now, the top icon is the one that deals with images. Make sure you have that selected. It's show you the name of the image, dimensions, size, type of file, and the full path of it. So, you get a lot of information out of the Assets panel. Now, we have two radio buttons at top. One says Site, and the other one says Favorites. If I click the Favorites radio button, this is totally empty. Favorite is a way for you to filter out your images. Down there, in the lower right-hand corner, I have a few icons. Click on New Favorites folder. Type banner. And then add another folder. And call this folder Spotlight. Go back to my Site radio button here. So, I can see all of the images in my site. So, select all of those. And scroll down. And find this main back image. Hold the Control key and click on that. So that I have selected all of those at once. And I notice at the very bottom right-hand corner of the Assets panel, this is Add to Favorites. So, if I click on that, DREAMWEAVER is going to let me know that those images have now been added to the favorites. Click OK. If I click over on Favorites, here are all my banner images. So, using the Asset panel to organize and manage your image assets can really speed up your image-related tasks. Next, I shall tell you about setting external image editing preferences. DREAMWEAVER makes editing your image remarkably easy. You can set exactly which programs DREAMWEAVER uses for image editing purposes. So, go up to the Edit menu. Go to Preferences. Choose the File Types/Editors category over on the left-hand side. Now at the top, it talks about what types of files the DREAMWEAVER should open up in code view. If you look down towards the bottom of this, we have different file type extensions. When you highlight them, you have a list of programs over here on the right-hand side. The DREAMWEAVER should use to open those files. So, for PNG files, currently right now, FCheck is the primary editing program for that. And the Photoshop is a secondary program. So, select Photoshop. And then, I'm going to tell to make primary. Photoshop is now the primary image editing program for PNG files. For GIF, also select Photoshop is the primary. And for JPG, I can see the Photoshop is already the primary. So go ahead and click OK. And click on any of the images on the page. This is the JPG. Now notice that here on the Properties Inspector, there is little icon that says Edit. If I click Edit, it's going to open up this image directly in Photoshop. Go back into DREAMWEAVER. If I go over to the Assets panel and go down here and find the same image, which is Feature 1. If I double click that, again, it's going to launch this image and switch over to Photoshop and allow me to edit within Photoshop. So, set your image editing preferences to the way you like to work. Next, I shall tell you about exploring Photoshop integration. This little icon right here, toggle displaying of CSS styles. It will either render your styles within the design view. Click inside the student spotlight here.